Happy Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen, watching the Today in AZ After Show live only on your Facebook page. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Say hi in the comment section. We'll shout right back at you. We're talking about lying today. Some men love being lied to, but not law enforcement officers.
I was like, what?
You like that?
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. We're talking about the best lies that you tell when you get pulled over for speeding, sharing some of your stories. You have a great excuse when you get pulled over. Drop it in the comment section. We'll share. And I promise we're not snitching. None of us have any ties to the blue, or at least not enough that we're going to spill the beans on you. We're going to tell you why we're talking about this in just a second. But first, any thoughts, ladies?
I don't want to give away our secrets. I know. I do have a lead foot. It's really bad.
I do have a
I
lead
try to resist, but then, so now my new thing is I try to set my cruise control that
I
way
love the
to
cruise
just
control.
under, right? But then I think I got in trouble this weekend in PV because then I set it and it was when I was passing from, I guess, the Phoenix line to PV, so I had it set and it dropped 5 miles and I didn't know, and then you see that flash and I'm like, once again.
You got the flash?
Sure I did.
Oh, no.
It's like my third time.
So when you get those, you always start formulating the story in your head.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, it wasn't me. It was somebody else who was driving my car. So you can't give me. If I get the flash, I kind of go through a whole story in my head on how I'm gonna try and get out of
I
it.
hate that.
So we had the poll up on 12news.com/bullhorn during the show this morning, and 85% of our viewers said they do not lie to get out of a speeding ticket, which either we have a very honest group of people watching our show every morning, or we have a bunch of liars who are lying anonymously for no reason.
It's like literally opposite of the average.
So the reason we bring this up, there's a new survey that just came out from carinsurance.com. They polled 1,000 drivers, and 82% of those polled said they admit to speeding at least 15 miles per hour over the speed limit. I think general rule for me is I keep it to 10 over or under. I don't go over that. So if it's 65, you might catch me going 75, but I won't touch 76.
And usually you get away with that. Like, you're okay with that.
What?
Usually.
So you spoke about this in obtuse
Yeah,
terms
but I don't
during the
want
show.
to say
You
it.
don't
I
have to
heard it
spill
was
the
10
beans.
miles.
It's not 10.
Let me
Really?
ballpark it, because for
It's
those of you who
close.
missed it, she said on the show this morning that she knows the magic number that won't get you pulled over.
I have a friend who I said, look, how fast can I go without
Right,
getting
right,
a ticket? And he told me
There
the
is a number, though.
He said, in general, don't go over this number and you should be fine. So I'll tell you guys off air. I don't want to give it away.
Okay,
I
so
thought
it's
it
not
was
10, but it's
10.
close to 10.
I
Okay,
tell our
ballpark
viewers, hey, it's okay to speed.
Right,
as long as yeah, but
Well,
no, seriously, he told me that. So.
You've gotten in trouble for that too, because a lot of times your drive times show that you can get from, I don't know, the Stack to wherever in 10 minutes if you go 72 miles per hour.
Right.
And then you'll have people text in that are like, why are you going 72? That's over the speed limit.
So I have to say now, I'll be like, okay, the speed limit's 65.
Right.
Make sure you watch your because sometimes it shows that's how fast the cars are going on the actual freeway at that time. But it's not how fast you should be going. But so yeah, I always have to put that warning out there, like, okay, be careful. You should be going 65 miles per hour.
Nobody goes 65.
No.
On Arizona
Actually,
freeways,
no.
they go 75 and the 55. That's the speed of traffic.
Well, then go with the flow.
People get mad at people that go 65 miles
I
per
know.
hour. You're like, move out of the way.
When I'm going close to 75, then people start getting on me like I'm driving like a slow person. I get so nervous.
Do we just have not that many the troopers that pull people over out here? I don't know what it is, because where I'm from,
see 'em.
and the other places I've lived and worked, I wouldn't dream of going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit on a regular
that's
basis.
a
But I
lot,
see that every day here.
Right.
People going 75.
Well, it
and
depends what
55.
time of the month it is. If they have a quota to reach.
So I'm wondering, just real quick, because when I go drive back east, my dad's from Massachusetts, so I'll drive around there. Okay, I'm sorry. The roads are narrow.
Yeah.
There's those turny thingies. What are those called? Where
Roundabouts?
You, roundabouts where you get stuck in them. You can't speed. There's like trees. There's water right off the side of the road. Like here, we have
very
glorious
open.
wide lanes. They're straight. It's rare when you're curving.
They're maintained pretty well.
Yeah. So I don't
from
know. Does that have
Texas,
something to
terrible.
do with it compared to other states?
Yeah,
maybe.
it's an easy ride. And the traffic is actually flowing. Like in Houston, where the heck are you going to go? It's like standstill traffic, almost as bad as LA.
Same thing with LA,
You can't speed.
So another part of this survey are the excuses that people use when they do get pulled over. The top 3 most common were, I didn't know I was speeding, I'm late for work, and what was the third one? We had it in the show this morning. I don't remember what it was. Something like that. But we want to know, if you have an excuse you go to get out of a speeding ticket, share it with us. A lot of you are saying, no, you don't lie to the police. Raymond says telling the truth has actually gotten me out of a few.
Yeah.
And Louis says none of my excuses were good enough.
I like Diana. She says, I once used being pregnant and had to go to the bathroom, was 8 months along and did have to go, but still got the ticket.
Wow, that's
Really?
I know. I thought she'd get away with it.
Well, that's what I said, Jen. You can use your kids or as an excuse because they're little, right? So if they got a dirty diaper or they're having an accident.
This one pooped himself. We gotta go.
It's fighting in the
terrible
back.
in
Oh my
here.
gosh.
It
Yeah.
is a toxic situation.
Cindy
Do you
has
see
one.
kid's suggestion? He says, yeah, I just washed my car and I was trying to dry it. Said it didn't work.
That's cute.
Didn't work. Williams, I like this too. He says, I asked if he knew how fast I was going. I told him that was his job. He was 20 miles per hour off, and it worked for him.
Really?
There you go.
Cindy says, yes, I told the officer I had to just come from choir practice and I was singing to the practice CD for the Easter service. He chuckled and said, that's a first. Okay, ma'am, slow down, please. He chuckled as he walked away shaking his head.
If there are any law enforcement officers watching, I want to hear one, the best excuse you've ever heard, and two, do you give credit to someone for trying? 'Cause
Creativity.
A lot of times like
Yeah.
that, it's obviously a terrible excuse, but like, do they get bonus points for being
know.
creative?
I do go
I'm gonna use
faster
that.
when I'm playing a song that
I was just gonna say, music, yes.
into
What if
it.
that's a good
Notice
excuse?
that.
Because you're like listening to it and you're
feeling
jamming,
it,
you're going
down the
fast, or
road.
I don't know, even if you swerve a little because
Dancing.
you're like dancing. Maybe that's a good one.
Yeah, Dawn says if someone has lied, why would they openly admit it on a news site? Yeah, that's fair, Dawn. I don't think the police are monitoring the comment section of the after show trying to crack down on previous
Yeah, I
speakers,
think
but I
you're
get what
good.
you're saying. Brigitte watching somewhere where they speak French. Bonjour to Brigitte this
Comment
morning.
allez-vous?
Jimmy says, never had to lie. A good attitude, contrition, and respect go a long way unless you
True.
destroyed the rules rather than just bent them a little. Of course, having been involved in law enforcement helps too. We had a couple
Whoa.
people text that in. Hey, my dad's a
polite,
cop.
yeah.
My dad's a cop.
Read Lori's.
What was
Lori's
Lori's?
is hilarious.
Why don't you read it? Is it that bad?
No, she said, I got out in my bikini. I was 18. That's all it took.
Wow.
She said, won't work now.
I hear you, Lori. If only we knew
funny.
back then.
Charles says, I think lying to an officer will actually make them angrier. Honesty
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
policy.
I believe in that.
I've never lied. So I've had 2 speeding tickets. I haven't had a ticket in 14 years.
Knock on
Something
wood,
like
right
that.
now.
Yeah, there were 2 in rapid succession when I was 18. In 3 weeks, I got 2 speeding tickets, and that's when I learned that you needed to cool it because they were like 200 some bucks a pop. You know?
Yes.
It hurts you, especially when you're that age and don't have any money.
And I've tried everything. I've tried taking the regular driving course I've done the comedy one. I've done it all. It's all terrible. I've done the computer one.
How many points do you have in your license?
High score.
I'm openly a bad driver. My husband actually had to take the online one for me one time because I was pregnant and I kept falling asleep, because you're so tired all the time. So he took that for me. Like, we've tried everything. I'm just not a good driver.
I'm always late, so that's my problem. It's like I'm always trying to speed to wherever I'm going, whether to one of my jobs or like my destination. So that's my thing. I need to learn to be on time or ahead of time, actually.
You're a busy girl. It's hard.
Oh, it's all over.
James has got jokes too. You guys are feeling funny on a Monday morning. When they ask if you know why they pulled you over, just say it depends on how long they've been following you. That's a pretty good one. I like that.
That is a good
We'll
one.
get back to some more of your responses
Yes.
in just a second here. Let's take a breather for ICYMI. In case you missed today in AZ this morning, you missed this.
It's time for your juicy question of the morning, and Paul loves this one. Only 10% of guys will admit that they cannot do this. What is this?
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a very personal answer here. I hope that this isn't it. 10% of guys will admit that they can't use the bathroom when there's another guy standing next to them at the urinal.
wow.
Some of us get a little shy in public,
Okay.
and I think that we're afraid to admit it. But all the guys out there who have a little trouble when there's someone right over your shoulder, I'm with you. I'm one of those guys
you
too.
just go into the stall then?
No, it's when you just stand there until the other guy leaves. Just awkwardly. Wow, this is taking a long time.
And we have long lines in the bathroom. You think they would because of that issue, right?
I don't care. I just need to get in and get out.
All right, Texas, you're So I want to know though. So is it what happens if you do go into a stall? Like, do the guys look at you
performance
like?
anxiety
No, because guys use the stalls
Obviously.
to go number one all the time because a lot of bathrooms only have a couple urinals, and so if there's more than a couple people in there, it's just a necessity more often than not. And I will say this: a lot of men often in a 2-stall setup, if there's one guy at one of the stalls, the other stall is usually much lower to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to pee in the short urinal. There's a greater chance of spillage. You feel more exposed because
Why
there's more of you out
is
there.
that for children or is that
It's for kids or shorter individuals, yeah. There's always one of those in the men's room. So a lot of times if it's a 2-stall setup, there'll be a guy at one urinal and then the next guy might just take a bathroom stall so he doesn't have to pee in the short urinal.
Learning so much.
A lot of my viewers, the viewers on Facebook and Twitter were saying, well, what about the trough situation? So you ladies don't have to worry about this. But there are still places in this
That
beautiful
is
country
gross.
that have a trough, some as long as like
bars
100
love that. It's like a thing now.
especially in the
coming
Midwest,
back.
and they fill them with ice chips.
Yes.
Do you know
Yeah.
why they put ice chips in urinals and troughs?
No
So
idea.
it doesn't stink.
Well, that's part of it, actually. So I learned about this. This goes back to the days where plumbing wasn't as reliable as it once was.
Oh.
One, guys hardly ever flush when they pee. First of all, fun
That
fact.
is true. Why?
Well, because
gross.
so what the ice did, they learned this a long time ago. They started doing this in the early 1900s, dumping ice into urinals, into bathrooms. One, it helped with the plumbing. Two, it helped with the smell when guys didn't flush. But three, it also gave them something to target, and so the amount of spillage was less because it is kind of fun to pee on something and watch it melt and
like
steam
putting
up.
Cheerios in the
It doesn't
toilet when
like
you're potty
splash
training.
back up, hitting
Yes.
the ice.
Yeah.
There's no splashback.
I mean, it's all about the angle of approach.
I'm hearing our producers die.
I know.
This is a very intimate conversation.
You
that
tell
we're
us
sharing
three
this.
ladies have
We're just
zero
like,
experience with this. We're like, what is happening?
Well, we could have
What
this
is
conversation about you guys having to go outside, right? Because that's a whole nother adventure when you're out.
Oh
roughing
gosh,
the
I
wilderness.
don't camp for that
Yes.
reason.
Yeah, I mean, I love camping. That's the worst
Yeah.
part.
Uh-huh.
That is like the one time
We're just
where I'm
not
like,
built for
seriously?
that.
No, could I have been built different for camping?
Yeah.
It's so hard.
They have those little things though that you can
The
take.
what? Wait, the what?
It's some
Like a
kind of
little
little
funnels.
funnel.
do you-
Yeah.
what are you squeezing?
I was going like this because it.
Okay.
Google it.
Google it. Yes.
No, I'm good.
You can take it
I don't need
camping and it'll
apps for
help
that
you use the
showing up in my
restroom.
I
feed.
do
Easier.
not even want to visualize that. That sounds awful.
I cannot verify whether it works or not, but it looks interesting.
If there are any guys watching this morning, would you back me up on this? Sometimes you get a little shy when there's someone right next to you. I thought I'm not alone on this whole thing.
Yeah.
I was spooked a while back. I think I actually told the story on the show one time. But I was in the bathroom. I thought I was by myself, and I got snuck up on by a coworker who gave me a, "Hey, how's it going?" Midstream. And since
anybody
that
do
day,
that?
I have never been able to, like, sometimes I have to go bad enough where you can focus. But a lot of times, if there's someone in the bathroom, especially if I hear someone come in, I get shy because I'm worried about getting crept up on, man.
There's like no touching though.
No,
That's
thank you.
weird.
Don't startle me in the bathroom. Can you imagine sitting down and doing your business and someone kicking the door open and be like, "Hey!"
I feel like a verbal hello would have sufficed.
No,
in this
no hello.
situation.
Don't talk to someone when
Yeah,
you're
that's
conducting
weird
business.
for you guys to be doing that.
when they're in your splash
Yeah,
zone. I mean,
yeah.
that could be dangerous.
It's too
Thank
hot.
you.
Coming in too hot.
Thank
I don't
you.
like it.
We still need to work on guys putting the toilet seat down. That and flushing.
I live with
it's
three
two
men.
easy things.
I'm
yeah, how do you
so
even handle that?
over it. Because
Put the toilet seat down.
Like everyone has their own bathroom, so I'm
say,
like
you need your mommy
nobody's
toilet.
allowed to use mommy's restroom, right?
Good.
But the boys, when we travel, obviously you're all sharing a hotel room, and let me tell you, there's been more than one occasion where I like lose my everything.
Yeah.
It makes me so angry.
I can only imagine.
You should see the work bathrooms in the men's room after the weekend because they don't get clean.
Oh, well then we have construction going on
Yeah.
here.
No offense to the construction workers. I'm sure some of
There's
you
a
are
lot
fine,
of guys
ladies and
using the
gentlemen.
restroom though.
But holy smokes, it looks like a disaster zone in there. Like we need to call FEMA and have them come in and like set up tents and,
Yeah, the
and
trash
clean things
cans.
up because it's ugly in there.
That's interesting.
I already have a fear of public restrooms, as it is.
I do
It's
too.
like, I don't like
Yeah.
any surprises when I
Right.
go into a restroom. Period. End of story. No
Most surprising
surprises.
thing you've ever found in a restroom?
Ugh.
I'll go first.
It's too gross.
I don't even know.
Well, yeah. Besides, like the art projects over the side of the wall,
That's a good way to
sometimes,
say
yeah, impressionist paintings. I did see a cockroach one time that scuttled across my foot in the airport bathroom in Panama. I was connecting a flight to go to Rio for the 2016 Olympics, and I had to use a stall because everything else was occupied, and I went in there, and I was only in there for a second, long enough to see a cockroach run across my foot, and it was like, great.
I'm done.
Not staying in Panama any longer than I have to. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. My plan was escape.
No, not a fan.
Steven says I've never been shy. I was a wildland firefighter for many years, and privacy is limited
Yeah.
sometimes. You know, in other countries, they don't have dividers in the stalls. They just have them completely blocked off to give men privacy. That's a very American thing, to have just the urinals.
Yeah.
Sometimes the urinals don't even have the dividers. Sometimes you're out there in the
It's in
wind,
the open.
like the trough situation.
I feel like
Wow.
the trough thing is coming back. Like I know several times we've been to bars and like guys would come back out and they're like, "Hey, they have the whole trough thing here." Like new places are bringing that
Yeah.
whole thing back. Do you like the places where, have you ever done it, where the hand washing thing is men and women shared? So you're washing your hands, there's the mirror.
I have.
And on the
I have
other
seen this.
side, there's like men's hands coming at you at the same time.
So there's a setup like that. It's Culinary Dropout.
I was
on
gonna say the
7th
yard.
Street.
Yeah,
The yard and
yeah.
Culinary Dropout.
Yeah.
They have it set up where it's kind of a U shape.
Yep.
So there's one bathroom, but there's a common hand wash.
To
area.
wash your hands.
When
Yes.
you walk in there after having a couple adult beverages and there's a bunch of women at the
It does
sinks, you're like,
confuse you.
oh man, what have I done? I'm gonna come out of here in cuffs. Like,
I walk in the
you
wrong
better wash your
bathroom
hands
all
then.
the time.
Right.
I do. That's like a common thing for me. I'm always walking in the wrong bathroom.
That just happened at the airport this past weekend. I was flying home and I was using the ladies' room, and some man walks in. He was traveling from another country, and he came in, and a lady goes, "No, this is the women's restroom." He goes, "No," and walks in.
no, don't worry.
He didn't care. He went in
It's fine.
to the stall and used the restroom. I mean, but he walked. There was nothing but ladies in there.
He didn't mind. It's probably much cleaner.
You do you, man. This is a good one from David. He watched the show all the time. He's actually Gabe's dad, the
Yeah.
social media guy. So he says, when Gabe was coming in at 4:30, we would run a light there in the neighborhood. One day there was an officer who saw us, followed us and stopped and asked if I knew why he was stopping us. I said, yeah, he ran a red light. I said, oh yeah, I always run it. He said, you shouldn't admit that. Then I opened the window so he could let us go. That's funny stuff.
There are
That's
definitely
true.
times like working these hours that sometimes I feel like, especially where we drive into work and even my previous job, it's quite frankly dangerous to stop at a stoplight coming in. And so I've had a coworker who would just like, no, I kind of tap it and then I always run that light because it's actually more dangerous to probably stop there.
Yeah, we had an old coworker here that used to always run the red lights. He's like, I'm just trying to get to work on time. Like, there's no traffic that early in the morning.
Safety first.
Well, sometimes you sit there for so long, you flash your brights, you're trying to get it changed. Like, there's been a few times for sure that I've had to be like, okay, this is not gonna. Like, I have to
That
go.
one that comes down
I get
third,
nervous.
you know, the 3rd Street one, and you go left. There's
That
been a
one's the
few
worst.
times where it is clearly broken.
Yeah. Yes.
Like nothing's happening. And I'm sitting there and it's been 3 cycles and then I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
Or it goes back to green. Like it'll
Yeah.
count
Oh,
it down.
totally.
It'll go to 2.
Yes,
it'll
and then it goes back to
16,
green. I'm
you're
like,
just ow.
Yeah.
Have you ever used Grand right there by the fair, the state fair? That one takes forever because there's so
That
many
is a
different
long
lights.
light,
And I'm
yeah.
like, at the intersection, I'm like, come on. Like, why does this take so long?
Do you guys act differently when you know that there's a cop around when you're driving? And I don't mean
Absolutely.
mean just coming to like a full stop at a 4-way stop or anything. I mean like little things like walking around downtown sometimes there'll be no traffic coming on a one-way for a pedestrian walkway.
Yeah.
But I'll see like a cop parked on the corner and I'll be like, I'm just gonna wait
No, you
for
just gotta wait.
the light to change so I
Yeah.
can walk. Even though in every big city in the world there are millions of jaywalkers every single day, if there's a cop around, I'm just not going to
no,
chance
you can't do it. I love
just-
to
you just
jaywalk,
can't.
but if there's a cop nearby, jaywalking is like my favorite
What are
thing
for
on
true
the planet.
passions? Really? Yeah.
Because like I cannot walk all the way to the crosswalk. So so I love jaywalking, and that's why I just whenever a cop is anywhere around, you just have to wait, walk all the way to the crosswalk.
I love how she admits everything. She's like, I love speeding. I've gotten lots of tickets.
jaywalking.
I love jaywalking.
I'm
Just
probably
puts it all out
the
there.
most
Rebel over
impatient person on the planet. Like my face just gives off. I will be in the line at the grocery store. I just think I'm standing in line, and the people are always like, "Don't worry, ma'am, we'll be with you in a minute." So my face always is
RBF.
permanently like
RBF.
annoyed and late. Yeah, absolutely.
What about that person? This morning, some person driving in front of me was going under the speed limit. And I'm like, okay, come on. Like, 1, I'm late for work. 2, you're driving under the speed limit. So what do you do in that case? I really wanted to pass them, but I was like, I know that's wrong, and I don't want to do that.
I totally pass them all the time.
Yeah.
And I make a point of it. I'm like,
Well, like,
Oh,
go
the
around.
drive-by
Like, there's
lane?
only one lane.
I always give them the
So
look.
you
I'm
would
like,
go in the
what could
turning
you
lane or
be
whatever to go
doing?
around them to keep going because they were going so slow.
More often than not, you
I
look
sit
and
there
they're texting.
angry.
well,
You see them doing
you
this
can
when you come by.
see it from a mile away when they start drifting and they're going super slow. You drive up and I'm like, let me guess, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, at that hour, if he's driving under the speed limit, it might have been someone was a little
Yeah.
sauced and driving.
I was
home,
trying to
would be
pay
my
attention.
guess.
I think
Be
it was an
careful.
older gentleman.
That could do it too.
Yeah, so it might have been that. That's another thing. I mean, I love you can drive as
Go
long
ahead.
as you want
Walk
to.
it back.
No, but like, when is the cutoff for senior citizens to stop driving?
There is not. It's a
Here, there
case-by-case
is no
basis.
cutoff, right? Here.
No, our driver's license lasts forever.
They do. Your driver's license here is good for like
Yeah.
100 years.
You can keep your picture when you're like.
I
65.
am
You're
loving
current.
that. So I better take a good shot. I got to get it done by October, which apparently is horrible timing because they're changing all the rules for flying.
Oh
They
yes,
are,
you want to get
yeah.
the little star on there now, or else you can't fly.
I know.
I still have my old driver's license that I use right now. The It's old school. Like the picture's peeling off, but so I guess I need to go and get it
But it's still good?
It's still good.
Oh, just crazy glue it. Don't even get that picture.
I lost my driver's license on Camelback hiking up to see Santa a couple years ago. I gave it to my husband, and we came down and it wasn't there. So guess what I got to do on Christmas Eve?
Yikes.
Go to the DMV and take a new picture in my ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh,
there was
that's
probably
solid.
nobody there, though.
It was
who
great.
wants to go there?
Go to the DMV on Christmas
Pro
Eve.
tip: go on the holidays.
Seriously, but I look just
Were you
fabulous.
wearing your Christmas sweater?
Oh, I was,
Please
and
say
my
yes.
hair, and I was sweaty, and it's pretty much the best picture.
When I got my DMV picture taken here, they don't call it the DMV here, do they?
No, they
That's
have a
what I
different
call
name.
it. Is it the
The DMZ,
DVM or
DMZ.
something?
Something
Yeah.
I
else.
thought the DMV still.
Yeah, it's changed.
It's different
It has a
state to
different
state.
name, yeah.
They did this thing where it's like, okay, we're gonna take your picture, and I get up there and smile or whatever, and then they take it without telling you they were gonna take it, and of course the picture's me going like,
What?
like, this is good, right? And you're like, well, actually, all right, next line. Like, they just move you right along. There's no backsies on it. That picture's just gonna stay there forever.
Oh my gosh. The last guy had let me see it.
Yeah.
Before he
I
approved
think I
it.
feel like they
thought
do that for
was
the
really
ladies
nice.
now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, do you want to see it? I was like, well, of course. Like, yeah, I thought it was really nice.
All right, let's do some fresh squeezed juice before we say goodbye.
Royal drama.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, sources say.
Sources say.
Sources say.
New Yorker. Sources say Meghan Markle.
Squeeze juice. Meghan Markle has no plans to attend Prince Harry's ex's wedding.
What?
You may
Okay.
not know her, but Cressida Bonus, I'm guessing, just got engaged to a different Harry over the weekend. Cressida did attend Prince Harry's nuptials, you remember, to Meghan Markle. She's super cute. She's not like Meghan cute, but she's okay.
Right.
But who is?
The question is, what's going to happen now? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, will they return the favor?
No.
No.
Wait, she went to Harry's wedding.
She
and
went
Meghan's
to
wedding.
Harry and Meghan's wedding, yes.
But of course, because that's like a big wedding,
event
and
of
it's
the
like you want to be
century.
invited,
Yeah.
right? So I think they invited her because they were dating for a while. But like in the other way around, why would Meghan Markle go to her wedding?
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they send a lovely gift. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
and
yes.
also think about it this way, okay? If you're the ex, I'm the ex, right? And Meghan Markle and Prince Harry go to your wedding. Hello.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
attention just
for
went off the
sure.
bride. So it's almost more polite to decline.
That's
Send a
true.
lovely gift because you would totally pull it's a different event.
Yeah, why would you want your ex to go? Like, especially
especially when
you
your
wanted
ex
to marry
is such
him.
weird. Prince
yeah,
Harry.
you wanted to marry Prince Harry,
It
and then
has to
somebody
be
else
about the
married him.
bride that day. I feel like that's
agree.
a politically correct.
I think the reason to go is that's what you're supposed to do when you're famous. Baller moves, like showing up at other people's weddings.
And totally making
Wear
their
white
I mean, how
Yes,
often do we
like
see
no
that from
big
like
deal.
Steve Martin and guys like that? You know what I mean? Like the old school. Like who else does that?
Trump loves to go. President Trump loves to go to people's weddings.
Yeah.
He shows at people's weddings all the time.
That's one of the things about being rich and famous. It's just
Yeah, you
popping
can
into
just
places
roll
and
up.
being like,
It's-
oh,
it's kinda funny
I'm
that
here
they
at this
do that.
random wedding.
Tom Hanks did one time.
Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a lot of people.
Who's the
like to-
Cubs fan? Why can't I think of his name? Bill Murray. Bill Murray does it
yeah.
all the time.
Oh,
That's his
really?
favorite thing. It's like
oh my
crashing
God,
things.
that's his go-to move.
Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you for crashing the after show. We're
We
gonna get
covered a
moving.
lot of topics.
We did.
Good after show.
Really, when we started talking about
Very
like,
well-rounded.
etiquette, we lost most of the
I know.
Thanks to the few of you that stuck around to talk about our intimate bathroom humor. We do the show again tomorrow, 7:30, same time, same place.
Yes, tomorrow, Taco Tuesday already.
Adios.
Excited.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know, I'm making spaghetti though.
If you're speeding out there this morning, make a good excuse out of it, huh?
Just
Add some
smile.
taco seasoning.
Oh yeah. Oh.